Y'all know about that Skibidi rizz? I can't believe I just like uttered those words. This is gonna be a hard one to get through, guys. Hey, what's up? How are we today? It's Mebby, and there is an epidemic going on online. It's referred to as brain rot talk, and I don't know how much more of it I can take. A little update on the TikTok ban, by the way. The president signed it, and it also passed the Senate. So that means that TikTok has to sell to a US company within the next 9 months, or it's in the USA. And while that's happening, TikTok is also suing the US government because of that on like First Amendment rights. So that's great. But in the meantime, we can reflect on some of the good and bad things that TikTok has brought us. In the case of this video, the bad things. The things I classify as brain rot talk probably started to gain momentum a couple of months ago, but it's like really taken off recently, and honestly, I just hope it crashes soon. So whether you don't know what brain rot TikTok is, or you just want to reflect on the past couple of months on this godforsaken app, today I'm going to look at and explain some of the bizarre on TikTok that makes me concerned for all of our futures. Also, before we start, if you're not already, you guys should hit that little button under me and subscribe. You should subscribe. We are so close to 40,000 and I'm so thankful for that. That's literally amazing, guys. I'd like mind blown. Also, I'm so close to being free from school and I really want to check out some videos that I'm proud of over the summer. So you guys should stick around for that. And you should stick around for the rest of the video. So let's get into it now. To fully explore brain rot talk, it's important to note that it is all based on specific words with really niche references. And these words create the language that they speak in, essentially. And hints suggest that their brain is rotting because they're chronically online. So let's take a look at some of the words that are used on brain rot talk. Brain rot talk. Say that like 5 times fast. It's actually really hard. Brain rot talk. Brain rot talk. Brain rot talk, brain rot talk, brain rot talk. Actually, not that hard. Okay, never mind. First, we've got rizz. W-rizz, if you will. Oh God. So we all know what this is. It's short for charisma. Oxford Dictionary, for some reason, picked it as the 2023 word of the year because it's like Gen Z slang. But now it's like kind of been warped. It's used in brain rot talk a lot. They refer to someone who's named the Rizzler, which to me sounds like a mix of the Onceler and Rizz. Like, and the Onceler has Rizz. I'm not denying that. But that's like the first word that came to mind. That's just like, we all kind of universally know it. I don't think it needs a lot of explanation. It just means, you know, hey baby girl, where you at? Okay, next crucial word, sigma. You're gonna hear a lot of these words and be like, so that's like a Greek letter. So that's like used in math and statistics. So that's like the name of a frat house. Like, yeah. And I can't sit in any chemistry or math class at all and think normally anymore. I'm not. It's bad. It's bad, guys. Stop using these words that we use in everyday life, because I can't. Other than that, what does sigma in this context mean? I don't know. I don't know. I think it's based on like the beta and alpha wolf thing that was going on. Like, oh, I'm an alpha, I'm the alpha male. And then they're like, yeah, but are you sigma? I don't know what that means. Actually, I'm gonna look it up. Let's go to Urban Dictionary. Okay. Right, okay. This one says, sigma, a popular, successful, but highly independent and self-reliant person, typically a male. Sexist. It says it's one step above an alpha male. The way they use it in a sentence says, unlike the simps of Twitch, David was a sigma male, as evidenced by his work ethic and the women throwing themselves at him. Right. So yeah, it happened with the whole like, you're a beta, I'm an alpha, now it's sigma, which is weird because you think like the generation Gen Alpha would want to be known as like alphas. And now they're like saying, hey, alpha's not good enough, sigma is better. Well, a generation sigma is gonna come around and like rub their shit in your face. Yeah, in my notes here, I just say that this is stupid, which yeah, I think that is in fact correct. Do you think someone's made like a parody of Taylor Swift's The Man? I'm so sick of running as fast as I can. Wondering if I get there quicker if I was a sigma. Okay. Next, we've got phantom tax. I don't know what this means. I learned about it last night. Apparently it's a streamer. His name is Phantom. I don't know if he streams on Twitch or Kick. If it's Twitch, you know, it might be fine. If it's Kick, we gotta kick him out of here. Woo! tons. He steals people's food? I don't know. Still not fully sure what this means. I think the phantom tax is like you have to give 20% of your food because that's like the tax that Phantom made because Phantom is the guy who steals food. Hold on. We're gonna do some research on TikTok. What the f is phantom tax?
Phantom tax explained. Phantom tax originates from the YouTube group AMP and one of their members, Phantom. So a lot of the AMP members usually order food to their home since they're streaming all the time. So essentially what phantom tax is his taxation of their food. So Phantom will usually burst open the door and say phantom tax. And that means that his roommates are due to pay him food. Now there are various Phantom tax rates, and these tax rates depend on how well the other AMP members treat Phantom. A bad tax rate would be 15%, but essentially Phantom just takes food from his roommates.
Okay, good to know. See, we all learned something today. A collective. That's phantom tax. That's a word they use, I guess. Next, we have mewing. Another like scientific term in Greek alphabet letter, I think. Mewing basically is like a way to like suck in your cheekbones and make your jaw more chiseled, and like you have like a mewing streak where you just like constantly mew, so like it works out like your cheekbones. It's a part of the craze called looks maxing, and if you ever want to know what looks maxing is and want to do it in a fun, entertaining manner, you can go watch Curtis Connor's video on it. Of course, the dub, the OG. Anyway, he has a great video on it and you should go watch that when you get the chance. But looks maxing is basically like a guy trend to try to get them to look like the hottest that they can and like chiseled jaw and like that. I don't really know. They're hammering their face for some reason. But mewing is part of that. So like you stick your tongue to the roof of your mouth and you go like, I don't even know how to fucking do it. I just, I can't mew on camera. Yeah, so they do that. They mew, they go, and that's a word they use. Next we have yacht. All I have in my notes is I think that's what it is. I think it's just someone's butt. I don't know where it comes from, but yacht is equivalent to like butt, and they rank it on levels. They're like, oh, you've got a level 5 yacht, which, you know, maybe that's not the best. Maybe we shouldn't objectify women's bodies, but whatever, what do I know? But yeah, yacht is booty. Next, we've got edging, gooning, and joking. I just put these all in the same category because I don't want to talk about them. So these all have to do with a very specific thing. And so I'm not going to talk about them in great detail, but edging is basically when you're like about to do something and then you stop and it's like, oh, you're edging me. I can't do this video with a straight face, guys. It's like when you see a TikTok live and they're like, guys, I'm gonna do this. I just need a little bit more. Like, guys, I'm gonna do it. And then they never do it. That's edging in a different context. Gooning, I'm not sure what that is. I'm not gonna look it up. And you guys shouldn't either. Joking, just for the sake of not having you guys look it up, because I really don't want anybody to, if you don't know what it is already, it's essentially stretching something to try to make it longer. And apparently it's actually really bad. Like, you shouldn't do it. Like, it's not good for someone's health. Anyway, moving on. Next, we're getting into the stuff with lore. Yeah, that's right. There's lore to brain rot talk. First, we've got Skibidi toilet. They're scary. They actually terrify me. So Skibidi toilet, I think it started to make a real rise in like July, because I remember watching it and I was kind of invested in the lore. I was like, wait, oh my God, this is tea. Like, it would come on my For You page and there would be like more like different things and I'd be like, oh my God, tea, what's happening? But like the sound was very annoying. The skibidi da ba 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 da skibidi da ba ba. So this is what, like, in my mind kind of settles as the first Gen Alpha word that they like claimed, and Gen Z didn't really know what was happening, and that's when Gen Z all kind of had an existential crisis because we're like, wait, we're not creating slang anymore. We were all a little scared, but I refer to this as the first like Gen Alpha word because these children were obsessed with Skibidi toilet. But what is Skibidi toilet? I'm just gonna show you like the first video of it. Oh my God. So that's like the first video that kind of came from it. And then it evolved. Like I said, it had lore and I was invested on this tea. So these men get turned into the Skibidi toilets. Why am I making this video? Anyway, these men get turned into the Skibidi toilets, and then there were like the radio guys, and like there were like TV and radio and cameras, and they were like fighting, and they're in a war, and like they keep fucking killing each other. It's confusing, but basically that simple video turned into this. Fuck. That scared the shit out of me. Yeah, it turned into that. I stopped keeping up with the lore because like it tried to reach the Gen Z demographic, I think, and we were like, no, and so it went to the others went to younger people's For You pages, and it kind of created an epidemic, if you will. The toddlers, they were addicted, they were obsessed, and they could just not get enough of that Skibidi, and they started using it in their conversations and stuff. What the fuck does that word even mean? I know what Skibidi toilet is, I know that's a thing, and the song is like Skibidi, but what is the meaning of the word? When you say Skibidi, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean? We're Urban Dictionary, because I don't know. I can't find a meaning to Skibidi, but I did find a pretty passionate description of it. The work of fucking Satan. It is the worst meme possibly conceived, if you can even consider it a meme. It is so unbelievably wretched and cretchinous, I don't know what that word means, to where anyone over the age of 5 knows that it is terrible. The meme is so terrible and absolutely fucking atrocious that it makes me and several other groups of people want to rip their eyes out. The meme has been going for way too long, similar to another terrible meme, the Ohio meme. Both of these memes are so horrendous. The fan base of this meme consists of little crusty iPad kids who aren't even potty trained yet. Seriously, this meme is absolutely disgusting. I and everyone else on the internet, other than those infants on YouTube Shorts, agrees that it is the worst thing ever. Okay, did not give me an explanation, but someone is very passionate about it. This is where the main concept of brain rot started, because millions of children were consuming this meme and using a word that has no meaning in their daily language and creating things like this. Yeah, so at least they're getting creative. And you know what? Honestly, you could say, oh my gosh, Skibidi toilet is brain rot. It's so bad. Do you know what we were obsessed with at this age? Someone pulled up this, and I think this is the realest TikTok ever made, and I actually was jamming to it at 2 a.m. last night because I was like, oh my god, I forgot how hard this went. But look at this.
I'm the Glob Glow Gabgala. I love books, and this basement is a true treasure trove. I am the Glob Glow Gabgalab, the Schwabble Double Wobble Gabble Flibber Blabber Blab. I'm full of Schwibble Glibber kind. I am the yeast of thoughts and mind. Schwabble Double Glibber Glabber Schwibble Schwab Glab. Dibble Double Schwibble Schwabble Glibber Glab Schwab. Schwabble Double Glibber Glabber Schwibble Schwab Dab. Dibble Double Schwibble Schwabble Glibber Schwab Glab.
That still goes so hard, but this comment says this made significantly more sense than Skibidi toilet. Which, how does that make sense? Also, Ohio is another term they use that I forgot to mention. Ohio as in the state of Ohio, because like apparently like weird stuff happens in Ohio, like Ohio is a cursed state. Everybody from Ohio is weird, nothing goes on there, which you know is true. I was born in Ohio. So yeah, I only lived for 3 years, guys. It didn't affect me too much. I don't think it affected me too much. But now we are gonna move on to our last cluster of slang, which also has lore, and it's the most recent one to my knowledge, the TikTok rizz party. Basically, some girl had a sweet 16 and invited a bunch of kids from her class, and there's a group of boys, and they went so hard to the song Carnival that it like blew up on TikTok, and people were calling it the TikTok rizz party, and then they made a bunch of lore and shit like that. But first, let's just get into the actual video of it. So to my knowledge, there are like 3 or 4 main characters in this video. 1, blue tie guy. He's the group leader apparently. 2, Turkish Quandale Dingle. He does like this dance move and tries to please the group leader because he's like trying to move up the hierarchy. There's like tomato face guy, I think is what they call him, because his face was really red when he was dancing, and I think he's like second in command is what they call him. And yeah, you know, it was a funny little thing, but it got deeper. Like there are whole explanations explanations of the lore of this, which I'm not gonna do because this video is already gonna be long enough, but oh my word. Oh my word. It's a lot, guys. Basically, all you need to know is these kids that were like in this video, they ran with this meme in the best way possible. They made TikToks about it. They were referencing it. They didn't take it hard at all. It was really, really funny. But then people started making edits of them like this.
Human beings in a mob. What's a mob to a king? What's a king to a god? What's a god to a non-believer who don't believe in anything?
That edit actually went so hard. Oh my god. And not only were they starting to make edits of these guys and like fill everybody in the lore and the hierarchy and stuff, they started to make ship edits.
Only if you knew how much I liked you, but I watch your eyes as she walks by. What a sight for sore eyes, brighter than the blue sky. She's got you mesmerized while I die.
It's like kind of blown over now. I didn't do a video on it because I was confused at the moment of what was happening. But yeah, TikTok rizz party, lots of lore, hierarchy, ships, a whole thing going on there. And so basically all of these words that we just went over combines to create brain rot TikTok. Now, what do they do on brain rot TikTok? Well, besides talk about these things and then low-key make fun of little kids for using these words. They make AI generated like character content. I don't even know. Basically, they'll take scenes from a movie and use AI to like generate the voices, but saying like the brain rot words. I don't understand it, but they come on my For You page all the time and it just makes me sad. I'm just like, what? Hey guys, what are we doing? Anyways, I saved a bunch of them so we could have a little blind reaction of them together. Is that okay? Okay, good. Let's watch it. What should we start? Let's go with Shrek first.
You bitch! Queso!
What the Sigma?
By the orders of Turkish Quandale Dingle, I am authorized to edge you both and transport you and your grandma to Ohio. Is it wet? Oh, really? You and what yacht?
Nice yacht.
No! I'm the group leader. You know?
Grab the stick and hold the balls.
Did you even go to the TikTok rizz party?
I smash you.
What's your name? Shredge.
I'm okay. Yeah. So basically that's a good summary. They use some words that we haven't gone over. I don't know what queso is and I just don't feel like looking it up, but essentially they do that. Shredge. That's actually so funny. Young Sheldon is something that a lot of people like to poke fun at too. So of course there's one of that.
You know, if we had Skibidi toilet, we'd have like unlimited rizz.
We have plenty of rizz.
We have El Rizz.
Hey, there are guyats in Ohio with no rizz.
Come on, it don't edge much.
I'm not paying for Skibidi toilet. Skibidi toilet is free. Always was. Always will be.
You're so phantom taxed.
If you want Skibidi toilet, phantom tax it yourself. Or better yet, go watch Kai Cenat. Since when do we get Skibidi?
Since I phantom taxed,
What do you mean? You phantom taxed?
I called up Duke Dennis. I said, hello, I'd like Skibidi. And they put in Skibidi.
I'm not using my V-Bucks.
Calm your guy, they're my V-Bucks.
TV's asking me for some kind of Sigma.
Yeah, that's the beta control lock.
How do I Skibidi?
You don't. Here's an idea. How about you watch Kai Cenat?
Right. So basically that's, I think you kind of can understand why it feels like brain rot now, because watching that whole thing, yeah, my brain was in fact feeling a little, I was in a little bit of pain. But then the edit started and I remembered how cute Georgie is. So we're good. We're actually fine. Anyway.
Edge, Guyad, Skibidi, tax collector. Long ago, the four Rizzlers lived together in harmony, but everything changed when the Skibidis attacked.
Help. Wow, okay. I don't even know what to say after watching these. Like, I'm just, I I don't know.
Baby Gronk, you have to prepare for Ohio. Did you Mew?
No.
Did you Goon?
No.
What level gat does Queso have?
5.
No, trick question, that's sus. Are you sure you want to go to Ohio? Because Livy Dunn has a level 10 guy at, and you're only at a level 5 guy
Come on,
at.
Dad, I'm a munch.
You forgot to Goon.
Help, Kasagami, he's gonna eat me. Dad!
I'm coming! Oh, buddy, you're cooked. No! I lost my baby Gronk to Queso, and now he's gone.
You know what you gotta do?
Do what, lil bro?
Just keep gooning. Just keep gooning.
I can't. No, that's actually it. That is actually it. Absolutely not. You see, when you talk about all the words separately, it doesn't seem like this is that bad. But when they put all the words together, it hurts. It physically hurts. We will do one more because I saw this at 2 a.m. and I burst out laughing and I stopped watching it. Like I stopped watching after the first 5 seconds because I was like, I just have to talk about this. So let's watch the Mega Mind one.
Here is your Skibidi. He will teach you rizz.
And here is
Here's your Skibidi. Okay, I'm sorry.
Here is your Skibidi.
I'm
He
sorry.
will teach you rizz.
and here is your mewing toy. You will be the fattest.
I didn't quite hear that last part because I was busy mewing, but it sounded important. That was the last time I saw Ohio. Being Sigma is the one thing I'm good at. Then it hit me. If I was the fat Sigma, then I was gonna be the fattest Sigma of them all.
And that's enough of that. And that is enough of that. Right. Now I think we've hit just about everything. That is all I know about brain rot talk. Now, do I think it's valid to be like, oh my God, Gen Alpha is like destroying their brain cells. Like their brains are gonna be mush. Sure. If you also talk about the way that Gen Z and millennials consumed lots of brain rotting, senseless content on the internet growing up. The internet is a dumb place and there is always going to be senseless content on there. But guess what? The internet has been around for a couple of decades now. So we've been consuming this for a while. When I was Gen Alpha's age, the kids in my class were always singing about like narwhals and gummy bears and tacos falling from the sky. And we would not shut the up about it. Like it was constantly playing on loop in the classrooms. That being said, this humor is dumb and crass and I have a love-hate relationship with it. I love when it spawns on my For You page and I can just look in horror and be like, oh my God, this is so stupid that it's funny. Ha ha ha. It's ironic. I hate that some people think it's not ironic and laugh at it thinking it's genuine top tier comedy. But anyways, I hope I gave y'all a good explanation on what brain rot talk is. And we could all have a good laugh about it instead of thinking about how a government could ban an entire social media app and what that says about our free speech. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe and I love you. Bye. That video was genuinely so painful and I feel like I already need to make an apology video, so I'll just start it right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I am sorry. What the Sigma?